Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and as promised, we are here in downtown Toronto. I know I said earlier in the show that we were going to come down here, capture and tag a Canadian. That is precisely what we intend to do. What we are going to do is we will find a young Canadian subject, we will tag him and follow his flight patterns throughout the rest of the evening, the week, and the day, as long as he does until he dies. It is notorious, Canadians are notorious for having a short lifespan. Now, we will go over there. I see a subject right now. We're going to go tag the Canadian. Okay. He's tagged. Okay. We're gonna let you go now. We have currently lost sight of the subject. That will not stop us from finding our man. We have his radio tag on, and we'll be following him now to the subway. The radio tag fell off, but not to worry. The locator that we have placed in his rectum, we will have no problem finding him with our wrist locators. We quickly tracked the Canadian to one of Toronto's more famous landmarks, the CN Tower. This 1,815-foot and 5-inch tall monument to Canadian consumerism is a perfect hiding place for a wily Canadian subject. Rising above beautiful downtown Toronto at 20 feet per second, I got a nosebleed and Hercules wet himself. At the top of this monolith, we were able to see the entire city. Apparently, so was the Canadian. We scanned the city as well to find the ultimate hiding place. After one and a many embarrassing line of escapes, he made his exit from the CN Tower. Then, using high-tech surveillance equipment provided to us by the Canadian government, we were able to track his movements to the Eaton Center Mall. From this mall, we would make our capture. We tracked his movements throughout the mall, the best we could. We searched all of its many, many stores. with 2 stops at Victoria's Secret and one very, very embarrassing trip to the bathroom. After many hours of surveillance, the fruits of our labor had finally ripened when we spotted our subject. After spotting the Canadian in an unsuccessful chase, it ended quite abruptly when we lost him behind the roasted almond stand.
It is 24 hours later, and we have tracked the Canadian to the Casa Loma. This is a big castle here in Toronto. Why anyone would build a castle in Toronto is beyond me. So we have 24 hours later, as I said, so we had to change clothes because, well, frankly, he was starting to smell. So now what we are going to do is we are going to track the subject, look around and see if anything comes to fruition.
We followed him into the home of Sir M. Henry Pellet. We weren't able to find Sir Henry Pellet because, due to our knowledge and misinformation, he had died several years earlier. We sought for him in the Great Hall. But he was nowhere to be found. Nor was he in the Lego exhibit. We had learned that he had escaped to the tunnels deep beneath the Casa Loma. However, we were not there to apprehend him because we were having lunch. It was a great tuna fish sandwich. They had a celery and I think maybe some egg. Oh, I don't know if that's very popular here in America, but in Canada, oh, it's exquisite. We finally decided at the end of this long trip to let this Canadian go. He had a strong northern heart, and besides, he would die in only 2 weeks because of their incredibly short lifespan.